and welcome to the alternate endings of Vampire Hunter D. So, this one is pretty insubstantial compared to the ending that we saw. So we got the best ending. This is the good ending, which happens if you don't kill Machira in the tower and instead fight him right before the final boss.
Take a human being with your fangs.
And more or less the concept of this is like, you took too long to save Charlotte, so she's like actually dead this time.
That's all.
Not just fake dead.
Right. She's not just like almost dead or like unconscious. She's like for real dead. And this just changes the dialogue a bit. But we still have to go through this song and dance. Like, he still wants to, like, kill us.
I mean, I would imagine that he extra wants to kill us.
But you don't want to hurt him. You put your sword away.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Yeah, so, again, this plays out very much the same, just with, like, light changes.
My job is done.
And I mean, very light.
Like, kind of weird that they made this its own ending.
Yes, like, as far as, like, the stuff that happens in the game, like, in this cutscene, there is literally a single line change. Like, the legitimate difference is in the cinematic at the end, when we escape the castle with, Layla.
Yeah, Mushiro's gonna show up in it and go, wow, what a trip!
I'm so glad I was here to see this!
D, like, you see the rocket, like, try to take off, but then it just falls, and D's holding a can of gas, like, forget something.
So the one legitimate change in this cutscene is that Charlotte does not say, yes, let's go to the stars or whatever, because she's dead.
It would have been funny if Meyerling just tried to do a Charlotte voice and just be, yes, let's go to the stars!
Thanks, Charlotte, you're always there for me.
You know, I will say that I feel this ending feels a lot more like,
This is enough.
D?
well, like, yeah, it feels a lot more, like, thematically with what the game is trying to be.
Yeah, this is the ending that the movie has. Like, she's dead, they escape, and, like, there's actually some discussion about, like,
I have so
how kind of fucked this is, right? Like, Layla brings up, like, I'm sick of doing this because I realized that, like, in this case, we got in the way of, like, two people who were just in love.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it.
And she talks about leaving and going and finding someone who she had met that she had fallen in love with as well, and, like, settling down. Like, this is, I think, more narratively appropriate because this is, in fact, the ending of the movie.
But in the book, Charlotte's like, oh, I'm okay! Hey!
It's like one of those, like birthday cards that you open up and a little audio file plays. That's just the last page of the book.
Can we just talk for a bit that D made his, like, horse wear fucking horns?
Well, it's a robot horse. Maybe that came in standard.
Those are the handlebars.
I mean, I definitely would also.
So, this ending is much larger. It is the bad ending and requires us to have not gotten Layla's gun back. And so from here is where things start changing. So it is a more substantial change.
Layla's like, I found my gun, no thanks to you, end credits.
And then shoots us.
D.
What are you doing here? Are you all right?
I feel
Yeah,
better.
never been better, especially without a gun in this
I want to
castle.
finish the job.
Well, don't worry. She knows gun kata, and if she's in trouble, she can just use the kata.
Are you going to continue this risky business after this job is finished?
I am a done peel. I don't get to have a life as a human. What? Help!
Borgoff, you're alive!
Oh, thank God, it's Borgoff.
I missed him.
Yeah, the owner of this castle is.
You know, I don't remember what happened to this guy last episode. Let's see. I hope he's okay this time.
Borgoff.
Because we didn't get the gun, he didn't turn into a vampire.
You know, like, maybe on this route he chilled out
Oh,
a bit.
no!
Oh, jeez. Betrayed again.
He does his one signature move.
I just love the extreme abruptness of just
Not so
big
bad.
booting someone completely out of frame.
Challenge me, D.
By the
Show
Borgoff
your
action
skills
figure
look
with
on me.
Kung Fu
Now
kick
that I have the
action.
powers of a vampire.
So the boss fight is no different, except Layla's there. So I'm gonna throw about 20 stakes into his heart and leave it at that.
The plate of earth is just filled with holes from all the stakes.
It's like, ah, geez, I didn't know he was holding it there.
Looks like he should have used 21.
Well, he's not going after us this time.
I thought he was gonna kick D in the butt.
D!
Oh, right, Layla. Totally forgot about... Oh, yeesh.
Don't you move. I still have a job to do before beating you.
Okay, bye. Can I move
Okay.
now?
It's not worth going after them.
Oh well.
Get the Carmilla.
They're just like, yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, clearly so is D. He's not really doing much about this.
Yeah, everyone's being very nonchalant about this whole situation. And you think it's a little strange after he left a vampire mark to go, but
It's been
You
a
know,
long
I
night.
guess-
Everyone's tired.
yeah, I guess, you know, like, we're a vampire hunter sometimes, not all the time.
Well, you know, we really go more for the high-rank vampires than the lowly ones.
Yeah, he just got turned, so whatever.
The D in his name actually just stands for deal with it later.
It's don't worry about it.
You need to release Charlotte.
Who was that? You cut out there at the
Much
end.
longer to get her blood. It's a pity to have to.
What they don't tell you about Vampire Hunter D is that this all takes place over a Skype call.
Watch me suck her blood. I may even give
He's
you
just constantly having connection errors.
You vampires are destined to perish. Accept your own fate and return to the darkness.
You fool! How dare you sell your soul to the humans? I will awaken your true self.
Hey,
That's my mark.
Carmilla's real body should be in the next room. She will become far more powerful than you once her spirit returns to her body.
left hand's just like, better give up.
So I'm guessing in the movie, like, Carmilla doesn't feel as much of, like, a non-entity as in this game.
Yeah, she definitely has more setup in the movie as a character and as a villain, but, like, it's still kind of a sudden turn. But you'll notice that this time, Charlotte's not the one being sacrificed.
Yeah, you just put her in the corner and just prop her up.
Scooter to the side a little bit.
That's right, Layla's on the chopping block this time. But yeah, like, Carmilla exists more in the movie, which I think helps to make her more of, like, a threat.
King of the vampires.
Like, you get more of an idea that, like, she has things that she's doing, because it's more explicit that, like, she invited these people to the castle to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't exist in the book. It's, like, literally just a device for the movie in order to have, like, confrontation at the castle. This doesn't happen either.
In the movie or the book?
Either.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying that last time.
Yeah. And things go about the same here.
Goodbye, rhubarb monster.
Power. This strong? Who in the world are you?
Hi, I'm Dee. And gives her the business card.
Ow.
Why, the sword is supposed to. Are you the son of the Vampire King and a human?
I'll never tell.
Time to drag her again into the hand.
This hat's so wiggly.
Again, the AC's on. Want to be comfortable for the guests.
Hold on, Layla.
Oh, look, she got her gun back. Oh no, that's a shadow.
Dee, I can't give up my resentment to the vampires, but you are.
One of the good ones.
I wonder if this is how one feels when dying. Maybe this is my punishment for killing so many monsters. No, I only did my duty as a hunter.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
Some flowers to my grave. Silly, isn't
So
it?
this matches sort of a heart-to-heart discussion that Dee and Layla have in the movie about whether anyone is going to care when they die, but, like, Layla doesn't actually die in the movie.
I promise. If there is a place to rest for the hunters.
It feels like, in general, from what everything I'm hearing about the movie, is that it's, like, the movie's a lot more representative of, like, that kind of generally, like, 90s anime malaise.
Yeah, definitely.
Of just, like, a lot
Hey,
of
are
people...
you saying this game's bad?
What? Hey, come on. I'd never say it about any video games. I love them all.
It might be compromised, but it's not bad.
About me.
Oh, Charlotte's okay.
I have no regrets. I am happy. Even if it was for just a short while, dreaming of the trip to the farthest stars with you.
But we all know
It's
that
not
space
a
travel has
dream.
been faked
I
since the
will get you
90s.
Man, if only Stanley Kubrick was still alive.
So is this why Elon Musk is so into space travel?
To get to the shuttle.
Yes, it's 100% this game.
He just really wants to go to that vampire moon colony.
He just wants to leave Grimes on the moon.
So this time, it actually makes you follow Meyer Link down to the first floor to get to the spaceship. Like, all the other times, it sort of automatically forces you there. But for some reason in this ending, they're like, yeah, you'll find your way.
You gotta contemplate all the things that have happened.
Probably because they expect this to be the first ending you get, since, like, you have to kind of go out of your way to find the gun.
Do you?
Well, I mean, you have to go into a corridor that, like, isn't really well shown.
And it was hidden in a crevice in that corridor.
Yeah, so that's how that goes. But also, if you try to leave just out the front door, left hand's like, what about the rest of the story, my dude?
Left hand's like, who farted in the elevator?
So this is basically a walk of shame then.
This really is a walk of shame, yes. Like, you fucked up, you have to think about it.
Here's Meyerling with his Casio keyboard again.
leave her.
I thought I'd play a song for our takeoff.
Do you think Meyerlink was just standing there looking at the rocket? Like, Dee finally caught up to him?
Yeah.
Also, why is his left hand like a weird cat claw?
It's metal. He has like a gauntlet.
Okay. He's holding his fiancée with it, I guess?
Yeah, he's careful. But yeah, he's looking up and he's like, shit, I don't think I remember the lyrics to Space Odyssey. How am I gonna entertain her on our way up?
You know, I thought this moment was kind of cool the first time, but the third time it's really starting to pull my tooth.
Let me tell you, things don't go quite as planned this time.
Why? Why won't you kill me? My job.
Dee takes her whole hand instead of just the ring.
It's like, yeah. I don't know, this is for payment, I guess.
Tortured and killed. The vampire and the woman. I'll take this ring to her father as proof of her death.
This one.
D.
Dee.
Meyer!
We didn't take care of Borgoff this time.
Die with me.
I thought he was a vampire.
Oh.
He was.
Are those his final words? Just, oh man.
Charlotte followed Meyerlink. Another life wasted.
And so, in this ending, everyone fucking dies.
Oh my god, this is like an aristocrat's bit.
Also, I like that, like, Dee was like, oh shit, I left the ring in the room, and so he went back to go grab it, I guess?
After all.
And the thing is, this is much more in line with the book's ending. The book ends with basically Borgoff coming in and killing the two of them, and Layla and Dee are the only ones left alive.
Yeah.
I will awaken your true self.
And so he just watches the castle crumble as it destroys.
Some flowers to my grave.
So, like, this ending is significantly different, I'll say, but, like, it's weird. It's still a weird thing to have put in this game.
Oh, and now they're adding in sequel bait for the sequel.
That's right, Vampire Hunter D2.
I can't wait. What a game.